Hello and welcome back to the Listening Lounge. My name is Nick Day. I'm CEO of JGA Recruitment Group, specialist payroll and HR recruiters. And right now, let's be honest, when you hit LinkedIn or any social platform, there is so much noise, it can be really hard to be heard. So I want everyone tuning into this, relax, take a breath. Opportunity right now to learn something new, because they say the quieter we are, the more we listen, the more opportunities we have to discover some fantastic stories. And I'm really excited because today I'm joined by a friend and someone I've known for many years, Lou Gray, Head of Transitions and Operations at EY in Belfast. She's joining me on the Listening Lounge sofa, and she's a Reward 300 Hall of Famer, a passionate payroll luminary. She's a speaker and a writer, so I can't wait to get started. How are you feeling, Lou?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me, Nick.
I'm super excited. I'm going to dive straight into question one. What has life been like rather for you during this pandemic?
Well, my home life initially was just chaotic. I have a daughter who's a teacher in Aberdeen, and she was meant to be coming home to see us. But unfortunately, she wasn't able to come, and the last time we seen her was at her wedding in October. My youngest daughter was attending Harper Adams, so she's studying veterinary medicine. And we got a call one evening, a couple of days into the lockdown, to tell us that we needed to get her home as soon as possible, because there was no guarantees that she would have somewhere to stay over in Birmingham. Wow. So after a frantic calls and telephone conversations, she drove up to Cairnryan and got the boat home. So she has, needless to say, been trying to settle back in to home life with her mum and dad, resentful that university hasn't happened the way that it's supposed to. And then initially my husband had a job. And then a few days into the lockdown, then his business decided that all staff would be furloughed. So we were immediately into 3 adults back in a house, but one of them was working. And what a working we've had to do as a payroller. That has taken some adjusting. I mean, it has been a big change for the 3 of us, but we're finally getting there, 5 months in, and maybe university starts again, so that's okay. And I knew that my payroll team could successfully work from home. We had practiced and we had some flexible working arrangements as already as part of EY Absolute Life. But I have to admit, sometimes it's reassuring to be able to swing round in your seat and turn round and talk to another human being, talk about the problem that you're having, just to say it out loud in the heat of the moment, not to have to type a message up or just put on your headset and just start talking. And the team is very much in its development stages. It's only 2.5 years. I've also really missed getting the bus into Belfast and being there from 6:50, sitting having that cup of coffee, just myself, reading papers, reading what's on social media, giving some people some abuse and being able to relax. That was my headspace time, and that went. Because obviously the minute that you're working from home, you're literally rolling out of bed, you're going to the office, which was across the hall, and you just start working. So your travel time then became part of your office time. And I'm sure, like many of us, I didn't take breaks. I got into a terrible habit of no breaks, not taking lunch and working longer and longer days. I have to say, in the last 2 months, I actually moved my office downstairs because I just couldn't get away from taking those steps up the stairs. Yeah. And then my last thoughts at night were the office and work and COVID and furlough and clients. So I'm lucky I was able to move my office downstairs, so I'm able to turn my back on it and walk away. And that was a clear line of distinction for me, and that's what I needed to help me. Mentally, this has been very challenging. I suppose as a manager, I'm frustrated because I want to make sure the work is okay, the clients are happy, but more importantly, that the team are all right, because we're all managing different situations. We all have different work. We all have different home lives, and it's very important that we're all working together.
Fantastic. And of course, you haven't got a small team at EY, and you're absolutely right. Mental health at the moment, God, it's we have to keep it in check, because so many people are working additional hours now because it is just so accessible, hitting laptops and things like that. But it leads me now nicely to question 2, really, which is, how has the last 6 months changed the importance then of the payroll bureau service that you guys offer for businesses?
I think the pandemic has shown the world of business something that all payroll professionals knew already. We have a vital role to play with the economy, and that business is reliant on the payroll team. To go back to basics, if people are not being paid, they will not work indefinitely for nothing, and an organisation will struggle to survive. To me, the case studies start here as we stubbornly begin to promote the payroll profession and elevate our status to the boardroom and equal to our finance colleagues. The coronavirus job retention scheme was last updated on the 13th of October, or so I thought. And then, as I prepared my talk yesterday at 2 o'clock, there was an update. I'm aware of at least 25 updates since it first was published on the 26th of March. The journey for 𝐸𝐤𝐤𝐸 originally started back in 2015 with Julie Hadfield and Tina Gill, and by 2019 we'd really started to build up our business, and we are winning over business even through this crisis, which has been very reassuring. 𝐸𝐤𝐤𝐸 provides fully managed operations for private and mid-market businesses, including a fully managed payroll service with myself and Elaine at the helm. The payroll networks over the last 5 and 6 months have brought us working together closer and been very supportive, which has been the one thing that has really blown my mind. As you go on LinkedIn and social media, you've got Mel from the Global Payroll Association. She was the first stop for me, to be able to actually take that decision to have a cup of coffee and to go and have a chat and be able to talk through some of your problems and hear it from somebody else's perspective. And in reality, how many of us payrollers actually have taken the time to have a break? It has been relentless. I have never known the hours that I've had to work over the last 5 months. They've been incredible. But I've really appreciated those coffees and also the dance class with Davina. Yeah. And then next on the horizon was the Payroll Bureau Association, which is an association for payroll bureaus that collectively are working through the network and as a collaboration with education and aims to support each other. That to me has been a great help to see that we're not alone and that we are working together. The Payroll Bureau Association is providing a vital role and service to us, and it's very important as a bureau.
Fab. Well, we're going to hear a lot more about that as well, because we've got, I won't give anything away, we've got another speaker joining us in the Listening Lounge in a couple of episodes' time who's going to tell us a little bit more about the PBA, so stay tuned for that. But I have to mention, you've kind of touched upon it there, Lee, my final question, especially after seeing your LinkedIn post today, which was an amazing model. I don't know if you made it, which included some superheroes in there. Of course, you are saying on LinkedIn that all payrollers in your mind are superheroes. So tell me a little bit about why you think payroll professionals should be considered superheroes.
I suppose on LinkedIn a few months ago, somebody had shared that the PM for Australia had recorded a message to the Association for Payroll Specialists. And, he was singling out their role, on the distribution of the JobKeeper scheme. And I just thought, wow. Wow, this is what we would love to see in the UK. Boris and Rishi, time now to say thank you. Or Arlene and Michelle for Northern Ireland, come on, be united about something. We need to be personally recognised in the role that we have played, especially over the last 5 months. I'm not going to say that we're heroes comparable to the NHS, in no way. However, I think it's time that we stood up and we're proud for what we've done. The Chartered Institute for Payroll Professionals tagline, "Keep UK paid." That is what we have done, and it's very apt for now. We have a tough job to do every single day, with no exceptions. So, the traits of a payroll professional: compliance, communication, customer service, timeliness, confidentiality, administration, initiative, analysis, adaptability, leadership. How can we not be heroes?
Love that. Fantastic. And a subject I'm really passionate about, but this is not my episode, this is yours. So brilliantly put, Lou. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Listening Lounge. Of course, If you please do tune into future episodes. If anyone's interested in joining on the Listening Lounge, please do also get in touch. And remember, every single good conversation starts with good listening. Thanks again, Lou. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
And
Bye.